Peace everybody, Adam here with another video for you. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 home buyer myths. If you plan on buying a home in the next year, make sure you stick to the end. The last myth that I'll go over has a lot of impact on young people, especially millennials as well. Before we get started, the purpose of this channel is to help people find the answers to their real estate questions. If that's something that you're interested in, please subscribe. Also, if you get any value out of this video, please like and also share. You can also feel free in the comments section to ask me questions about any of these 5 myths and I can expand on any point that you might be thinking about. So these myths are a combination of things that I get asked or hear a lot from my clients and potential clients, and also based on internet research. Okay, so myth 1. You do not need 20% down payment to buy a house. When I talk to a lot of people who are just starting their home buying process, a lot of people assume that they need 20% down. I believe this myth started because 20% is the amount that you need to put down to avoid PMI or private mortgage insurance. Some people think that they need a bunch of money saved in the account before they can even start shopping, but you want to make sure that you know that you don't have to put 20% down. Many home buyers, especially first-time home buyers, or if you haven't bought a house in the past 3 to 5 years, you can usually get a mortgage that'll only ask you to put down 3 to 3.5% down for your home. If you don't have the 20% down, first-time home buyer grants are also available. You want to make sure that you check with your lender and your realtor to see if they can help you find any of those. The link in the card above goes over first-time home buyer grants in the Pennsylvania area. Some examples of loans that you don't have to put 20% down. First is the FHA. Conventional loans, again, it can be 3 to 3.5% down, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. And if you qualify for veteran or VA benefits, you can also get into a mortgage with 0% down. Myth number 2, you don't need a real estate agent to buy a home. This is obviously ridiculous. Why would people even think this? When you're buying a home, a real estate agent is going to be critical in order for you to find the right property, negotiate and present offers, and also navigate all of the complex paperwork that's involved. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a real estate agent in order to buy a home. Yes, with Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, all those platforms, you could probably find houses without a realtor. But when you're going in the process of making an offer and actually completing that transaction, you're going to need the help of a professional. It's a lot of paperwork and signatures and coordination that goes into just making one transaction happen. You want to make sure that you have a real estate agent who can handle those things for you. You can rely on their expertise to figure out what's the best offer for you, what's the best closing date, etc. Also, as a buyer, usually you don't pay anything to the real estate agent that's representing you. Their commission comes from the seller. If you can get this expert advice for free or very low cost, why wouldn't you use it? Myth number 3, this is a big one. You can't buy a home with bad credit. Most first-time home buyers assume that you need some type of perfect credit to qualify for a home, and that's just simply not true. The minimum score for most mortgages is about a 620, and credit is just one factor in qualifying for a mortgage. The lender is going to also look at your income, your other debts, any installment loans that you may have. But again, you don't need a 700 credit score to buy a home. Usually a 620 score is very attainable depending on what you may need to pay off in order to get there. Number 4, you can't buy a home with student loan debt. Again, this is not true. Lenders look at your entire profile, so including your credit score. They're going to look at your debt to income ratio, but not just your total debt amount. For example, if you owe $50,000 in student debt, the lender is not going to look at the $50,000 as the amount. They're going to look at what your minimum payment is for your student loans. So let's say that you have to spend $300 to $400 a month on your student debt. That just goes into your debt to income ratio. Sometimes people have a high amount of student loans, but they're only paying a small amount monthly. So this isn't going to hurt your debt to income ratio as much as you may think, especially if you're in some type of income-based repayment program. Again, you can buy a house with student debt. It's just a matter of how much money you need to pay on that debt monthly. That's going to be the biggest factor in determining whether you can qualify. Myth number 5 is I'm not buying this year, so I don't need to get started. That's simply not true. If you're thinking about moving in the next 6 to 12 months, you probably should get started. The home buying process is going to take different amounts of time for different people. You may need to start now in order to be in your home in the next 6 to 12 months, especially if you need to start planning to place some credit debt down in order to get a better rate or a better credit score. It might also take you 3 to 4 months just to find a home that you'd like to put an offer on. Having your offer accepted to closing is going to be another at least 30 to 45 days, perhaps even more. You can still get started on the process by reaching out to a lender or a mortgage broker in order to see what you qualify for. You can reach out to a realtor as well once you find out what you can be pre-approved for. They can help you find out what's the best neighborhoods to start looking into. Again, those are top 5 home buyer myths. If you got any value out of this video, please press the like button. That's going to help other people find it. Also, if you want to connect with me and you want to start your home buying process, you can schedule a free buyer consultation with me. The link is below, kylenlee.com/Adam Durant. You can also text, call, or email me. My number is 267-452-1810. You can email me at adamdurantrealestate@gmail.com. Again, if you have any other questions about any of these myths, write them in this comment section below. Also, make sure that you hit that like button and also subscribe. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you again for watching. Until the next time, peace.